Greetings everyone. Welcome back to Fruits for the Youths. I am Fruits for the Youths. This is Farmer Angel with another episode. Now, giving a different look today. It's a very beautiful afternoon. I am here outside on the balcony pretty much doing this video. So I'm close to the road. So sometimes I'll have to maybe pause the video when there are like the bikes and stuff passing. So bear with me. Now, as a past teacher, I feel obligated to my viewers and subscribers to bring you through my journey on why I quit teaching. It was years of thought put together, and I just had to make a decision, a drastic one, quickly, which I'm not regretting it. I'm loving it. But let me give you some reasons why I quit being a teacher. Now, the first reason for me quit being a teacher is that I was very burnt out at times. The demanding nature of teaching, included long hours, the extensive lesson planning, you grade the students, all of this led to burnout, and it affected my physical and mental well-being. I was a physical education teacher. I have a bachelor in teaching to do physical education and science. And with me being out there in the field, doing the practical part of it and the theory part of it, it burnt me out because my classes were in the sun sometimes. I have to be in the sun. Alright, another reason why I quit being a teacher is for the low pay or the low compensation. Alright, now we can use words, cover it up. Okay, low compensation. Alright, despite the dedication required to be a teacher, the salary in teaching was perceived as inadequate. I know I have some teachers who are my subscribers who can attest to this. Alright, teachers, low compensation, and this contributes to financial stress and dissatisfaction. Alright, just imagine you are working so hard. Everybody's situation is different. You have some people with one child, you have some people with no children, you have some people with 3 or 4 children, and they're getting the same amount of pay. And sometimes you just don't work out because the long hours that you put in to teaching, right? Some teachers have to sell suck bag juice just for kind of, and then there's a rule that there should be no selling on the school, and the money that is collected on the school should be given to the bursary. So you have to just take what you get. Alright, another reason for me not wanting to be a teacher anymore is the limited resources that we got as teachers. Now, insufficient classroom resources. We had outdated materials like outdated textbook and lack of technology. All those things hindered effective teaching and diminished the job satisfaction. Now, as a past physical education teacher, my department was a top department at my school. We always get 100% passes, and most of the times we do it. Okay, so for example, we get peanut trash as teachers, but we delivered peanut cakes. Get the irony? We got peanut trash, we got nothing, and we turn nothing into something. Now I can remember one particular year after COVID, because everybody knew what went on during COVID. Everybody was online, so when those students come back to school, school system set away now, and we didn't have anything from the ministry to say, okay, this is how we're going to treat the situation. Should we teach the student back? Should we go back and teach these students face-to-face the stuff that they did not learn properly? Because during COVID, some people did not have any electricity, some people did not have any Wi-Fi, some people did not have any devices, so the teaching learning thing was kind of off. No, I think the ministry should have put some form of homework, implement some form of homework program for the integral subjects the maths and the English and the science and even the physical education, because I think my subject is very important. Because without a sound body, you're not going to have a sound mind. No, I didn't say anything like that to implement it for these students to play catch up. It was like, okay, move forward. And now in the education system, if a child is not performing up to a certain level, they are going to move forward. They're not going to repeat them. Some schools might do repeat, but my school didn't do that. Alright? So, at one point, I ordered some footballs. Twice, 2 years in a row. I did not get the balls. I was told to use the balls from the D cup. Okay. Funny enough, the extracurricular activity D cup had balls, but the basic teaching learning part of it, we did not have any resource. So my passes fell to the 90s. I was asked why so many students not doing the subject anymore, why so many students are failing. It was just maybe 3%, but it was a concern because physical education is a top subject. Now, let me pause real quick because of the bike that is going to pass. So my passes were dropped a little bit, 3 or 4%, I think, and I said it was a big concern. But when they called me into a meeting and asked me why is it dropping, I was looking at them and like, okay, why is it dropping? They were playing naive, so I played naive also. I was being sarcastic because you can't tell me that I have ordered X amount of balls. I was responsible for 5 teachers, 6 of us in the department, and no teacher had a set of balls to carry to physical education class. We had to depend on the Dacosta Cup. Now, after the fact that we did a fundraising event and we grossed over 600,000, I was able to get 10 netballs to accommodate the Dacosta Cup football, so the girls could get a chance to play some netball. So we weren't getting any resources. When you can teach a child or motivate a child with a football to learn a skill or learn a lesson, they'll be highly motivated and encouraged to learn. But if you are trying to tell them about a football or a netball without the ball or without a court, they're going to look at you like, what the hell? I don't even know what a netball is, much as a netball court. So these are some of the things that discourage me from being a teacher, the limited resources. Now I think every teacher should have lesson plans. If you want to standardize teaching, send standardized lesson plans from the ministry come down to the teachers for us to execute. But I'll get into that a little bit down. Now we also had administrative issues, challenges. Alright, now administrative wasn't very supportive of administration is not very supportive of teachers. Usually at my institution in the morning, the principal would see you have a little meeting with everybody. Instead of it being about motivating us to go out there and tackle the issues in teaching and get our things across, it was more like putting you down, demotivating you, talking about stuff that happened, and that put you in a mindset that, okay, every morning I don't want to hear this. You understand what I'm saying? But challenges with administrative support, we had that. It's including discipline problems and the lack of professional development opportunities for us as teachers. And this added frustration to the teaching experience. Just imagine if you are disciplining a child, or you reprimand a child because that child is being disruptive in your class, or that child is not adhering to your objectives or what you want. Now you might not want to give attention to that one child who is being disruptive when you have 35 or 39 more students in the same class want to learn. So sometimes you might say, okay, go down to the office, and after class I can engage the students and go to the office. And you can even leave your students because they are your responsibility. If one of them walk out of the class and go do something, they can come at you, because when you have them as a teacher, they are your responsibility as a teacher at that time. So, as I was saying, you send that child to the office 5 minutes later, or maybe 10 minutes later, that child comes back to the classroom. Sometimes they come with the supervisor, alright? Or sometimes they come back by themselves. You might ask, why did you come back? Okay, your supervisor said I should be in the class now. Or sometimes they come back with the supervisor, oh, this child is your responsibility, so you have to take them back in the class. Don't deprive the child of want to learn. So I was like, okay, so you're not supporting me in my disciplinary action. I don't feel motivated. And when the children know this, they will try to pull your leg, so to speak. They know that they're going to get away with it, so they keep doing it, especially when they don't want to learn. I had a lot of issues with that. Now, I have to put, this is one of the other things that I did not want to be a teacher anymore. They put a lot of emphasis on standardized teaching or standardized testing. Sorry. The focus of standardized testing and the pressure to achieve high scores compromise my ability to provide a well-rounded education and stifled creativity in my classroom. The emphasis of standardized testing, because I know the ability of my students. I know how I should test some students. Some people have disabilities. Alright? So the thing about standardized testing now, which I could not attest to. If you say, for example, you have a giraffe, you have a snake, you have a crocodile, and you have a penguin, and you have a rope, and you put the rope 3 feet high. Everybody should be able to jump over that rope, whether you're a snake, a giraffe, whether you have leg, whether you don't have no leg. Me never like the part, right? Get what I say? But the whole thing about standardized testing now is like the curriculum is set in a way where everybody have to teach the same way, or everybody have to write the same test. You get what I'm saying? To accommodate the standardized testing. So you as a teacher, you don't get to be creative. You don't get that creativity that you want to do. So if there's a teacher that is moving slow, you might have to move slow as that teacher. You can't move on. So it's just crazy, frustrating. All right. Now another thing was that frustrated me as a teacher was the classroom management challenges. Not to say that I'm a bad classroom manager. I've always managed my classroom. But as a teacher, you have to let your kids respect you. Once your kids don't respect you, you're not going to have no classroom management. The students have this thing to even look at the things that you wear to earn your respect. So as a teacher, you have to carry yourself properly. That's the first thing. You have to carry yourself properly. You have to be demanding. And you can't go about every situation the same way. You have to think. You have to put yourself in the student's shoes sometime and think like them to understand what they're going through. Alright? Now, dealing with disruptive behavior and maintaining discipline in the classroom became overwhelming and impacted the overall teaching experience. Now, just imagine you have 40 students in one class. They are coming from 40 different homes. They have 40 different mindsets, 40 different personalities, but there's only one teacher that have to deal with all of this. So you have people who are disruptive, you have people who are well-rounded, you have people, it's just crazy people. So you as a teacher have to deal with that. That does drain me emotionally. It stresses me out sometimes. Now, you have a thing that they call autonomy. The lack of autonomy. Micromanagement and limited autonomy in implementing teaching methods and approaches reduce job satisfaction and hinder professional growth. You hear me say, people? Micromanagement and limited autonomy in implementing teaching methods and approaches reduce job satisfaction and hinder professional growth. Yes, people. Now, the other issue that I have a problem with was the parental involvement issues. Difficulty in engaging with parents. Sometimes a student is behaving a certain way or they are not performing at a certain way, and you can't get through to that parent. Sometimes you call that parent and or they greet you. Where you come for? You ain't no school in there. You for deal with him. Really? So sometimes whether due to lack of communication or unsupportive attitudes, because the parents are not there sometimes. It is strain the teacher with the parent relationship. Because usually I realize that the students who do well are the ones whose parents come to pick up the reports, who come and check on them, the ones who are misbehaving and have disciplinary problems, the ones who are performing below par. Their parents don't come and check in on them or come pick up their reports. And I believe that if you are sending as a stakeholder, it's three stakeholders: the parent, the teacher, the child. But it is more like of a teacher child stakeholder thing going on, because even sometimes you give a child a homework, something that the parent can help that child with, and the child come back and don't do the homework. So the parents are not doing their part at home. I always tell them this: school is very easy, because you get a test, a project, and a homework. So if you do, say you do a test and you get 30% or 40% in the test, you fail. Okay, then you do the project, which is a homework. You should get 100% for that. So if you get 100 plus 40, that give you 140. If you divide that by 140 by 2, you get 70. So that bring you back up to 70%, and so forth. So it is frustrating sometimes when the parents are not involved. Another thing that didn't want me to be a teacher anymore is the policy changes. A lot of policy changed. It's like the students have more rights than the teachers. Now, frequent changes in educational policies like the curriculum and teaching methods without adequate support and training created additional stress and job dissatisfaction for me. Now, when these policy changes come, they will have a meeting and you are forced to adhere to certain things without the proper professional development or the proper understanding of the situation, that the policies that are changed. So it is very distasteful and dissatisfying to me. Another thing is the desire for personal growth. Wow, that is, in teaching, the desire for personal growth is not there. Leaving teaching allowed me the opportunity to explore personal interest, pursue new challenges, and focus on self-development, leading to more fulfilling life outside of the classroom. Now, when you're in a classroom situation, people, you're just there. Alright, you're a teacher, then you become a senior teacher. After a senior teacher, okay, you might become, should I say now? You have senior teacher 1, senior teacher 2. I think you have the VP, which is the vice principal level, and you also have the principal level. But you making it to those, like me as a teacher, I would never make it as a VP or a principal based off how I do my thing. I am not one of the type of teachers who, okay, everything that you say I must do. I have to reason things out to see if it makes sense to me, and that causes problems. Because at one point I realized that they were discriminating against the Rastafarian students. Most of the schools that I've been to, I've seen where the boys have to cover their hair as Rastafarians, and the girls are allowed to wear theirs out. So that is totally discrimination. The boys have to cover theirs, but the girls are allowed to wear theirs out, and it is still Rasta. And if you know about Rastafarian, you will know that the females are the one who should cover up from head to toe, and the males out like that. Now I've seen that thing has changed. So since quitting teaching, I've experienced a remarkable improvement in my overall well-being, people. The relentless stress and demanding workloads that accompanied the profession have been replaced with a newfound sense of freedom and balance, people. Without the constant pressure to meet educational standards and managing challenging classrooms, I now have the time and mental space to focus, people, on my own needs and interests. For real, man, the absence of daily classroom struggles has alleviated a significant source of anxiety from me, allowing me to prioritize self-care and personal growth. Embracing a different path has brought a renewed sense of purpose and satisfaction, positively impacting both my mental and emotional health. So that is the reasons, people, why I didn't want to be a teacher anymore. And I'm not suffering, people. Things are not where it is, like where it should be, but it is getting there. I'm learning a new career. I am taking it serious. I have 10 toes down. All I see the hard work that I'm putting in. So once you put hard work in, there should be results. I know that. I believe in that. So people, I gave my reasons for me not being a teacher. I know some people will take offense to it, but it's just my opinion, people. It is just me. I don't care what people might think of me, because what you think of me may not be what I think of myself. So I put myself first in anything that I do. I love myself, and you need to do that to people. And anything that you see that you think you want to accomplish or want to achieve, go for it and get it done. With that said, people, I thank you again for tuning in to Fruits for the Youths, Farmer Angel. Alright, please like this video, share this video, subscribe this video, tell a friend to tell a friend. Alright, and people, please remember, puss and dog don't have the same luck. So because me leave and I take on a new part and me put my 10 toes down and it work for me, you might come out and do something and now put your 10 toes down and it might not work for you. So you have to focus and think about what you're going to do before you do it. Bless yourself, people.